Hello dear viewer, it is AKARI, your favorite Sonic yapper. And a few videos back I made a tutorial on how to draw the blue blur himself, which is on the top right corner or in the description if you wanna go check it out, wink wonk. And in that video and some others, I have gotten plenty of comments asking for a tutorial on how to draw Amy. And that sounded super hecking fun. I love my girl so much. So never fear, cause I am here. I may not be her, but today I'll give you some tips on how to draw Amy so you can try it too. Let's go. As always, I'll start off with saying that it's good to have a pose in mind already. Of course, you can change it as the drawing evolves, but it's good to have something to start with. Which, speaking of, we start with a circle where the head is going to be and a tinier circle below it for her chest. For the rest of her torso, I like to think of it as a number 8, in exchange for Sonic's bean-shaped I talked in the other video I mentioned. After that, I like to continue with her legs because it helps me balance out her pose, since I like to draw her in very cutesy poses. You know, the ones with a leg up as if she was going to jump of happiness or excitement. I just think that sort of vibe fits Amy very well with her cutesy and hyper energy, you know? In this drawing I went for a peace sign pose. You can't go wrong with a classic in my opinion. And after the base was done, I decided to make a cleanup sketch to better draw the details. This is something I don't do too often, but it's very helpful. For her face I use a similar shape for her eyes as Sonic's, but I like to make them much more rounder because she's a kind character, hot-headed but kind. And her muzzle is basically the same shape as most of the basic Sonic muzzles, but the one difference that has driven me insane since the beginning is, why does Amy have a triangle nose if she's a hedgehog? Just give her the long bean nose, Sega. Every single other hedgehog on the franchise has a bean nose. Why not her? Even the classic design has a bean nose. Just why? It's so weird to me. I usually draw her with a bean nose, but I was going for something more on model this time. So there, triangle nose. I can't believe I done it. Some other important notes on her face, do not forget her bangs. I see a lot of people, including me sometimes, that forget her bangs and it gives off that weird something is off vibe. So be sure to include those as well as her headband. And of course her ears, but do I even have to tell you that, man? Come on. Lastly, her skirt and boots. I think the skirt is a bit self-explanatory, but in her boots don't forget to give her the little high heels she has on both. Also, don't forget to give her her bracelets, which I think are inhibitor rings, because she's a very strong girl and needs to control her strength, you know? But anyways, headcanons aside, let's move on to classic Amy. Same procedure as Amy, circle for the head and tiny circle below it, but no 8 this time. She's bite-sized, you know? We add her tiny skirt and little shirt, which I think are the cutest for her, and then add her shoes. No bracelets or inhibitor rings on this design, keep that in mind. And we move to her face, which is almost the same as modern Amy, but with the oh so important bean nose. Her bangs on this design are shorter and fluffier, and her quills are almost the exact same as classic Sonic's. Again, you can check out my other video for more tips on that. And last but not least, we add her headband, and the sketches are done. Let's move on to line art, in which again, I don't have much to say, so roll the clip! on to colors. Not the game, but in your art. For Modern Amy, I like to go very saturated. Some of you might know that it's a trend with me and my Sonic art. If they are modern characters, I will most likely make them more saturated for that Adventure 2 vibe. Will forever stand Sonic Adventure 2 in this channel, I will hear no other argument. Though on Classic Amy, I overall go more pastelish on her palette, since she's the baby version. Though on her clothes, they are not as pastelish as I would like to complete the look, but again, we're going for a more on-model drawing, right? After flat colors, for shading her pink quills, like Modern Amy pink quills, and all the reds on that design, I use a very purple tint, since most of the other colors wouldn't be as noticeable with that much saturation, you know? And for highlights, I mostly use a lighter tone of the one underneath. Though for Classic Amy, it's almost the same. Instead of purple, I just use a middle ground of pink and purple for her quills and clothes. And for all the white parts of the design, I do not like using pure white. Use it if you want, but I personally avoid pure white when I can, so I go with something very, very close to it. It's just a me thing though, do as you like. And voila! After a rather simple background, we have them both all done! Give yourself a pat in the back, dear viewer, you have completed the quest! One last thing to do. Stretch your drawing hand so it won't cramp up. Believe me when I say it, it does wonders. I just worry a lot about all those artists who don't stretch their hands after drawing. My dudes, take care of yourself and stretch your artist's hands. You guys are very important, okay? But with that aside, once again, if you'd like me to explain my process on any other character, comment down below, and the most requested one will be the one on the next installment of this Now series. May the most requested character win! On a completely unrelated note, hey, look who has a new background! I just had to flex it because I hate perspective and I made this completely willingly for the videos for you guys. Though make sure to save your process while drawing. I feel the need to say this because as I was working on this, my PC crashed and I had to start line art once again. If that isn't true pain, then I don't know what that is. I am laughing right now, but at the time, it really wasn't a good time, so save your progress. Just do as I say and not as I do. But anyways, before we go, here's a special shout out to this channel's members, Cami M, Servando Verdugo, and Kyo. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, and thank you, lovely viewer, for subscribing. If you'd like to join Team AKARI for extra content, shoutouts, behind the scenes, and early access to videos, then there should be a button down below the video or a link in the description. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. I have been Akari-san. Keep drawing and stay rad. See you on the next video. Bye bye!